Welcome to the latest episode of The Last Resort with Chris and Joe. I'm Chris.
And I'm Joe.
Today is, you're just long letters today. Just adding a shit ton of them at the end. All right, today is third, not the third. It's the 11th.
Of the third month.
Of the third month. That was James.
Today, I'm sorry, I'm James.
Yeah.
Today is 3/11, like the band.
It is.
It's
And that
3/11
was
day.
Cash.
Yep. So our guest today is Cash Morgan again.
More time.
There we go. And James Murrow.
Sorry we didn't wait for introductions, guys. We just,
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
I thought we needed no introduction.
Well, Cash needs no introduction, kind of. Except for the audio listeners who don't know.
Yeah. This is your third time on?
Yes, this is.
He is the first person we've
No.
ever had on that's the
Is this your
third
fourth
time. Fourth?
I think this is 4.
You're like the Alec Baldwin of the Chris and Joe show.
Because there.
Is it 4?
Yes.
Is it 3 in a row?
Yes, this is my third Monday in a row.
You sure?
Okay. So the first one was on a Friday.
Right.
And that was January 25th, and it didn't come out till February 28th.
Look, don't judge us, asshole.
I'm just saying.
he remembered a day and brought it up. I mean, that meant a lot.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, no, because what was interesting is the second time I was on was my brother's birthday.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And it was February
And then-
25th. So the second time I was on was exactly a month if you go by the day.
Okay, so there was a reason to remember.
I was on January 25th and then again on February 25th.
and then a week later, it was your other brother's birthday. that you were on as
It
well.
was the day before.
Yeah.
It was March 4th. And
So
then,
you're right.
And then today, so this is my
So,
4th.
Cash,
So
not
next I get a card.
yes.
Next week, the 5 Timers Club.
How many
Free
shows
soda.
does he have to do before he gets the gold watch?
We've had when he gets his money, we will buy him a gold watch.
And by gold, I mean a yellow plastic watch that comes out of a vending machine like at a taco
So when someone gives
75
us
cent watch.
when someone gives us $1, we will get him that watch.
If I do a Taco Tia run tonight, I'll get Cash the gold watch this very day.
Wow.
I was going to say, I think after 75, I should get a featuring.
Oh, nice.
Like just Chris
Yeah.
and Joe
You'd be part of the on-air staff.
Featuring
I mean,
Cash sometime.
like you could do the news. You could do the news bulletins.
Yeah, exactly. And
Maybe it's like you remember the old Adam West Batman, and sometimes whenever Batgirl was on, it would be in the opening credits.
Her
with
bike would go
Batgirl.
across.
Yeah.
Very
And
good analogy, Joe.
And
I like
something
that.
would be interesting in my pants.
Not as interesting as whatever's in Batgirl's pants. I'm sorry.
all right. So, Joe,
Duh.
what have you been up to?
Oh, just trying to learn some Android programming.
Wow, that sounds like shit tons of fun.
For your phone or like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, for the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you're making Android. We don't know about you, Joe. So
Yeah, I would love to.
I had visions
program
of you dressed like Dr. Doom constructing,
Yeah.
your robot race to finally,
make my own data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that'd be awesome.
I can, now that you mention it,
I want an R2
you,
unit.
You kind of resemble Data, in a way.
Oh, nice. No one on the audio can see what he was doing. He was making data-like
faces.
moves.
Those robotic neck twitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see a Data Joe.
James,
Yes, sir. Your question?
what have you been up to?
Just been working. I went to the Getty Villa recently.
Nice.
Okay, and it's I don't know if you guys have been there. It's off PCH in Pacific Palisades.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up PCH. You're heading north. You head right off the road, and you go up into these pine trees, kind of up the hill. And when you get out and you get in the elevator or take the stairs to go up to the actual villa itself, you can turn around and see the ocean. Well, as I was there, I saw Peter Weller himself.
Peter fucking Weller.
Peter Weller. I know that name. Hold on.
Buckaroo fucking RoboCop Bonsai.
Really?
Peter Weller.
And he's been
Batman. Fucking Batman in the latest
new,
The Dark Knight
Dark Knight.
Returns.
Yeah, he does the voice. That's right.
You're fucking right, he does.
Dude, and he's been hosting. He's got a doctorate now, I do believe.
Really?
Or a master's degree, some kind of an advanced degree in
history.
in
Now
classical studies.
Yeah.
Now that's
right.
that's a teacher I'd fucking listen to. Yes,
Yeah.
RoboCop.
And he was
They're
he was
alive.
he was cruising through like the little area in front of the cafe, and they had like a little sandwich cart or whatever, like coffee cart, and he has got like 4 or 5 people with him, and they like walk up with him, and he's like, "Come on, get some." He was, hey, it's my treat. And they were like, they had badges on, and I think in his capacity as a professor or something, they were studying something because he walked by me again later, and I said, "Oh, Mr. Weller, I just want to say I'm a really big fan of your work, and I really like your TV shows, and that you host about the ancient world." And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm here studying something." I forget what he said. I think it was a sculpture, I want to say, but he said, "Yeah, it's not on display to the public yet." And that was my big RoboCop encounter.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, he's one of those people when you turn around, you go like, "That's Peter Weller." It couldn't have been anybody else. Nobody would try and look like that.
That was. Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that because I have him up on Wikipedia right now, and the picture they have on Wikipedia makes him look like he has cancer. And I was just like, is he dying?
No, but
is RoboCop
he looks
dying?
Like, okay, you remember? You've heard of the story, the picture of Dorian Gray?
Yeah. No.
Okay, it's an Oscar Wilde story where this man makes a deal with
it's a deal with the devil, but the principle of it or what
there's
happens
a picture of him that ages. He doesn't age.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know.
So Peter Weller's kind of like Dorian Gray in reverse.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
He actually ages.
Do you remember that movie, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why didn't I think of this? You know how being so wrapped up on the dark side ages the emperor all crazy?
Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It twists you, makes you all,
Yeah.
Basically, he's turning into Gollum and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same principle, yeah. And Peter, I meant no disrespect to the man. He's kind of leathery looking and like he got a lot of sun or I don't know. I mean, he kind of looked like Skeletor.
Wow.
I was a little intimidated. Actually.
Understandable. It's not unlike when Morpheus was behind me. Well, Joe was there too, so it was behind
Lawrence
Joe
Fishburne.
and I. Lawrence Fishburne we were at ArcLight and he was right behind us, and I turned around and I leaned over to Joe and went, "Morpheus is here."
Did you immediately turn around and ask him for a yellow pill?
A yellow pill?
Right. Sorry guys, I just got my I got 2 stars taken off my geek card.
yeah. I could never remember if it's the blue or red pill that you're supposed to take, but I know it was blue or red.
Oh,
that I do know.
I think the larger question is
the
maybe
yellow
we
one
shouldn't
was
be taking pills.
The yellow one was the one he didn't offer. So.
Yes. This one gets you both and a hot woman to suck your cock.
Neither the yellow snow nor the yellow pill.
You had 3 primary colors to choose from, so.
I mean, come on. You got red, you got blue, you got yellow. Yeah. What looks like it tastes the shittiest?
The yellow one was just to test if you had gingivitis.
Yeah. So, Cash.
What?
What have you been up to?
Oh.
Jesus, no. What? What'd I do?
Why are you bothering me?
So we closed our show that I promoted on the first show. Just in time for everybody to catch it.
Dude, the hardcore fans must have seen it twice.
Yeah, definitely.
We got 50 people out there.
But so that was this weekend. I also went to a beer pong tournament.
Oh, what the fuck? Didn't invite me?
Good guy, people and folks. It just turned into a big shit show.
What people were just shitting on the...
Well, no, it was, okay, so there was 9 teams, and I begged them to do single elimination. And there's only one beer pong table. There's 9 teams. And I'm like, nope, we're going double elimination, double elimination.
Oh, God.
House rule says double elimination. That's what we're doing.
Oh, God.
And somehow or another, I got fucking saddled with making this chart. I had to do this whole fucking bracket.
Well, hold on, Cash. Hold on. You are good with charts and brackets.
Okay, okay.
Just saying.
So
maybe why you got settled.
It must have been kismet. Okay.
Did you interject into the conversation that in such a way that it lit a light bulb over their heads and they're like, "Yeah, Cash, you do it," or
no? What it was, and the people that have the YouTube feed of this and have seen any of the other ones prior to this,
okay,
I have a black and white checkered hat that's kind of the
referee hat.
Yeah, well, like the 40s. Or so, like a newsy kind of hat, you know what I mean, like a golf hat. I guess you would say.
I was thinking more of a reps cap, sorry, but I understand you.
But there was a couple people said I look like a bookie. Yes, so like I would know.
I'm sorry, a bookmaker.
Hey, Shylock, if you will. Shylock. But anyway, so yeah, right about 1:30, when there's people like everybody's completely drunk and they run out of beer. And they're seriously like halfway through the games because like there's people that have played like 3 full games and haven't lost yet. And if they do lose in the next round, which
they still have one more.
They still have 2 more.
Oh God! Because it's double elimination.
Because it's double elimination. It's fucking ridiculous. At 1:30, like my brother took his chick, and so like I stayed sober. Which is probably also the reason why I was doing the graph, is because I was not drinking or participating. I was, whatever.
I mean, in order to make it legitimate, I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, but
you guys were following the rules.
Yeah, we were like, we took off, and I guess after we left, everybody was like, let's just use the money everybody put in to go get more beer. All right. It's like it fucking fell apart. Okay. But there was a lot of drama. There was people covering cups. Too much, and a couple chicks almost,
Did people lose their liquid, as it were?
No, there was none of that. I don't
Any
know.
Blackouts or passouts or anything?
Up until we left, so I don't know what happened after that, but this was Hemet. No, just saying.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it was Hemet.
And
then
where they keep it real.
and then the other thing, so we closed the show yesterday afternoon, and then had the cast party. We cooked about... Well, at the end, 10.5 pounds of carne, and
holy shit!
Yeah, drank some beer, had some other recreational medicational,
medication.
Not the yellow pill, though.
No, I don't know. Somebody was crushing up something.
Really?
What?
Who?
Jeffrey.
Okay. All right.
So
moving on to Saturday morning. I don't know what that even.
Well, no, that was yesterday, and because we jumped an hour forward. People were reluctant to leave. Everybody's like, I'm not tired, It's like, 10:30, 11. Like,
it was like those people who, like, go to the Arctic Circle and, like, in the summertime and, go to Alaska or whatever.
Yeah, like seriously, people. It's,
It's late.
I got work tomorrow.
The sun's about to come up again. Time to go home.
I have to wake up in like 5 hours. Come on. Give a break. So anyway, but that was my weekend. So I'm a little slow today, too.
Understandable. Understandable with that kind of weekend. I just worked. Although I do want to talk. No, I'll do it in another Fighting Words.
Where do you work?
I work at Fresh and Easy.
Fresh Easy. I'm sorry, what place?
Fresh and Easy.
Oh, Fresh and Easy.
Yeah, Fresh and Easy.
Fresh Easy.
All right, so we're going to move on to Fighting Words.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Fighting Words.
Hold on, I got something for that. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, now when you do all your sound effects, Joe can actually hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To these be fighting words, laddie.
They are.
Yep.
These are actually, I'm actually getting some sound in these.
Yeah, he's not fucking with you.
For the first time in like weeks. All right, so now we're on the Fighting Words.
To these be fighting words, laddie.
Even though Joe continuously wants to talk right over it.
I didn't talk over it the first time. I don't know why you wanted to play it a second time.
All right, Joe.
Yeah. So
you're first.
Fighting Words. So basically, my fighting words is there was this woman who posted some videos talking about sexism in video games, and basically
bitch.
No, it's not like that.
I'm just kidding.
Basically, her videos are about like tropes used in video games about women, and her most recent video was about the damsel in distress trope. And pretty much all she did was talk about what the trope is, like what it entails to have a damsel in distress, the details about it, and also gave examples of games in which it had it. And all of these comments to her, like, were completely either missing what she was saying or putting words in her mouth. And I was like, where's this disconnect? So, for example, Like I said, she was mainly just listing off games, but she was more specifically listing off games up until like the mid 90s or so. Maybe a little more after around 2000. And her purpose was to show how the trope got started in video games, starting mainly around with Donkey Kong, where that was sort of the first damsel in distress in video games, kind of. It was one of the first big ones. And so there was a lot of like comments that were like, well, I can think of all sorts of games where there's female characters that are not a damsel in distress or things like that. And a lot of the ones that they mentioned were like made after the year 2000 and completely missing the point that at the end of the video, she mentions, oh, I'm going to, this was part 1, and in part 2, I'm going to talk about what has happened to the trope in the last 10 years. And I don't know. So I don't get what why people are so I don't know.
You lost your anger, Joe.
I lost my anger.
Why cannot
people don't really listen
or read.
Right.
Well, there's so many things people aren't doing in the way of communicating. And both sides of it. I mean, shit like that happens all the time.
It's irritating when
this particular topic of portrayal of women in video games, it's way more polarizing than it should be.
It's video games after. I'm sorry, I don't mean.
Well, I mean, yeah, like whenever it's brought up, there's always a group of people who are like, well, this is not really an issue. We don't really need to talk about this right now, and or they go about saying like, why is this person trying to stir shit up? And
well, and okay, again, because we are talking about video games, there has to be a goal, okay, and one of the most traditional goals is saving, whether it's a girl or guy, but saving someone from peril.
So, like
someone you care about. But I just want to say one thing, and of course you're going to cater to a male character, right? Because
predominantly,
because it appears that boys play more video games than girls do.
It used to be.
Okay, so here's a few counterpoints to the things that you brought up. First of all, when people have issue with the damsel in distress, they don't necessarily have an issue with it using it as a plot device, but rather that it's used so frequently and is a rather common plot device that's used.
Cliched.
It's cliched, yes. But using it once in of itself is not necessarily an issue.
And as long as the story's good, right?
Right. I mean, there's also a lot of games that take the damsel in distress trope and kind of turn it on its head. Like there's this one called Braid, in which it has a very damsel in distress setup, but the sort of twist at the end is that the damsel in distress was in distress from you, per se. That she was trying to get away from you.
Yeah, and so what you end up doing in that particular game is actually going back to trying to fix that.
Yeah. So another thing that you brought up, it's somewhat of a myth that boys are the predominant demographic per se.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there's two aspects to this. First of all, according to the Electronic Software Association, it's roughly around 48% of all all game players are women.
And with a margin of error, that would make it pretty much even.
It's
pretty much, yeah.
I mean, there is.
Okay, but that's across the board,
right?
But now take the particular game that we're speaking of. Like, say if it's a damsel in distress, like you say that,
and the era in which this girl is talking about the games,
right?
Right.
My first instinct is to jump to Legend or. Link,
Legend of Zelda, yeah.
Legend of Zelda,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I go to because that's that kind of the class. Even Mario,
right?
I mean, stuff like this. which I guess both of those games girls play. So I'm completely walking over my point as I'm saying it. Games.
The thing is that in our head, because we grew up with video games and all our friends, for the most part, that played video games were boys. For the most part, we have it in our head that now, like, everyone that plays video games are boys. But the fact of the matter is, like, your children, Cash, I mean, they play video games, right?
Yeah, right. My
and
10-year-old won't get off the fucking computer.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to say is where when we were growing up, it was mainly for males or boys, but it is now pretty much encompass any adolescent. I mean, child.
She's 11, not 10.
Sorry,
I have no idea how old your child is.
No, I said
I take it back. I do know.
She's 11.
She's 11, and she can surf. Why don't you bring me, Joe? Cash. I want to learn how to surf.
So one other quick point.
You know, I asked him the same thing, Chris, and you know what he said? He said, "You just don't have the surfing in you, James." I hope he didn't say that to you, and I hope it's not.
No, it's the first time I brought it up. So I'd be very sad if he says that to me.
You know what? I think he's waiting, for that special time.
Oh, gotcha.
So one other quick point. The average age of video game players today is 30 years old. So
that's why you have to have more complex and adult themes.
I gotta almost say, and if this is sexist, well, I think on either side, like, no, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind.
Now I really want to know. I really want to know.
When you introduce something, but I don't want to say something sexist. It was probably going to be sexist, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. But come on.
My short-term memory just kicked in. I forgot.
Kicked out. That's okay.
Oh,
nice cover.
Yeah, I like that though. I can kind of believe you for like 5 seconds. All right, so James.
Yes, sir.
Your fighting words.
My fighting words are the. Granted, I'm not a driver, and I'm not saying I'm the best driver in the world, but in my time as a pedestrian and walking the streets, selling that ass, got to make that money for the but that I've noticed that there is a lot of there's not a lot of consideration for your fellow traveler.
Yeah, the walking
people, and
they're people too,
and and people people driving, people, and amongst other drivers as well. Even when take a pedestrian out of the equation, I mean, still people are at a stoplight if they're the first one and they're like texting and they got like 4 or 5 people. I mean, I understand that it's it's a law that everybody kind of breaks, but it's like, dude, come on, don't hold up a light. Texting when I know you're texting,
but he needed to know whether or not he could get that blowjob that night.
I know.
He was going past her house at that moment. He needed to know if he could stop or he had to go home to his wife.
Or then people who are like hauling ass to an intersection while you're crossing, and you can see them texting, and you have to like almost like slow down, and they like look up at the last minute, and you don't get hit. Nah. But it always happens like when I'm about 3/4 of the way across the intersection, basically entering this person's line of sight. Like they should be seeing me and slowing down.
Yeah.
And I'm like worried a little bit. I don't know. I'm expecting to get hit someday, but dear Lord, I hope not.
I can tell you, working road construction, that it seems as though the majority of people get in their car and completely are only self-aware. Like, have no idea about what's going on around them.
Right.
They'll pass like 16 signs that say, you better slow down. You're going to have to come to a stop here. The road is closed ahead of you.
I know.
The road is closed ahead of you. I literally, at one point in my job a few years ago, had to sit on a giant message board indicating that the road was closed in front of them. And behind that was across the entire road barricades that were 2x4 together, so you couldn't just move them.
Yeah, because people move them. They're like, it's not closed to me.
People came all the way up to me and asked if the road was fucking closed.
Like they still thought it was bullshit.
And would get mad and say, you should really put something on the freeway so that people don't get off.
Oh, God.
I said, if you came off that freeway, you had to pass 3 signs before you hit that exit that tell you this road was closed. I came from the other way. either way that you came,
there are 3 fucking signs.
If you were on that freeway, there's 3 signs, and I know because I put them there. Like, I mean, ridiculous. You're just unaware.
So people going about their business like that. Yeah,
and nobody
not paying attention.
Nobody thinks that and it doesn't matter where you go, what town we're in, what county, whatever. Everybody asks the same thing. Well, does that mean me?
Yes, yes, it means you, asshole.
Yeah, or road closed to through traffic, and like there'll be like a couple houses like right there, or within the first block. Well, where are you going? Oh, to the town on the other side of your fucking road. Like, no, that would be through traffic. Yes, that means you.
Yeah, that's I gotta say, Cash.
I mean, you probably could have passed that exit that you got off at and actually gotten to where you had to go without having to, to do all this.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to tell you, Cash, that that when I see there's a closed road, I make the right hand turn.
Yeah.
Even if I don't see you there waving at me.
Yeah. Chris is so aware of the traffic conditions that he doesn't notice somebody he's known for quite a few years.
I was going home
screaming,
and,
"Hey Goldie, look over here!"
Yeah, but I thought I even told him I just thought you were like waving me that way, which I was going anyway. So I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm going that way. You can't see my blinker on." And then he calls me and goes like, "Did we have sex last night?" I'm like, "What?"
I said, "Did we have sex last night?"
He said,
"What in country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?" No, but he said no because we in fact did not.
Did have sex
the night before. I was like, then what are you ignoring me for? Just driving away, don't even wave.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what would have been perfect if you thought that he was just somebody you didn't know and just being a douchebag to you, and you just ended up giving him the finger.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. Yeah, as I go by, yeah, thanks, asshole.
We'll always have Paris, bitch.
Yeah. So I want to let you know, Cash, I pay attention to the road signs and the person waving at me, not knowing they were actually waving. See, that's how little ego I actually have. Right. I don't know that they were waving towards me. I just thought they were waving me. You were waving me to the side.
But I will say
that's one way of looking at it.
As far as flagging, there are so many times where people will lock up the brakes when
really
because they're on their phone.
Oh god!
They're it's always the same thing. It's like yada da da. Oh, there's a person fucking in front of me. Ah! You should have signs. There's 2 huge fucking diamond orange and black signs.
How do you miss
it? Passed, and one of them is a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not. There's no words on it. It's a picture of a guy and a paddle of some kind. It's black. It's all black, But obviously, it's a stop paddle because you know what the guy's holding.
Yeah.
He's not holding a bouquet of flowers.
It's like to indicate there are people standing here for a reason. Pay attention to these people.
Right.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Everything's screaming, "Pay attention," and nobody is.
Yeah. I wish people paid more attention when they drove. It'd be nice.
But you know what? I'm not going to get what I want. So.
Yeah. So, Cash.
So Sunday, I went to my local pizzeria, place called Uncle Howie's. It's local delight here in town. And it was the only time I used my card that day. But a few hours afterwards, my card was being used in a town I wasn't in. And
what town? Did they say?
Yes, it was in Fontana.
Fontucky.
First tried to get $232 from Stater Brothers, but it sent up a warning of some kind because I think they tried the code and it didn't work.
Dirty.
And then they tried getting $50 from a gas station over in Fontana. But anyway, my bank, like I said, recognized it as a possible fraud. But what they do is they instantly stop the card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I didn't find out about it until the next day. And so when it was all straightened out and everything. But here's the thing, okay, assholes. That you're down in your luck, whatever. You're going to take somebody's card.
Yeah, that's not what it is. But go on.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm even giving you the benefit of the fucking doubt. whatever you're doing and whatever your situation is, you don't know what that person's situation is, right?
Yeah.
First off the bat, you don't know how much they worked for whatever the fucking little bit they got, you know? But even on top of that, the fucking dickhead move, the freaking up the poop chute with no Vaseline is the fact that
anonymous sex in a bathhouse.
There's so much shit that automatically comes off of my card a month. Like a few bills, things like Netflix and Hulu, things that like, you know, just they are. There's probably about all total maybe 13 to 14 things.
Just automatically.
That and each one.
A lot of e-billing is done on that.
Yeah,
right.
Each one is not a simple fucking process either. You got to get into the accounts and get into this and rechange all of the information and have another card so that you can do that.
Right.
You know, and all of this shit, which takes like seriously, like, 'cause you can't even do it all at once.
Yeah,
I had to do it over the course of like 2, actually stretched out to 3 days. Probably could have done it 2, but still, it's fucking a pain in the fucking ass. So fuck you people that want to like take what other people have worked for. So why do you think you're entitled to take what other people have fucking worked for?
So you want to know something kind of crazy about that, Cash? What they're doing now? A lot of times, what they're doing now is they're just trying numbers.
Oh,
so
really?
So they have blank cards, and they just try a number, and so they they probably actually tried it to see if it would work, saw that it was a hit, and then went to it's funny because my dad's car got broken into in my front house. Tell that story some other time. And they stole everything, and then they took it to Fontucky. And pawned a lot of the stuff.
Really?
So
Fontana's just the fucking.
It's the scene of a lot of that kind of trade.
Yeah,
it's the taint of America.
I had my card.
Petty theft is the métier of the average Fontanan.
Yeah, I had my card taken a year or 2 ago, and the funny thing is I have the same situation as you, where there's a lot of stuff that automatically comes off. But I thought it was funny because I get a call. And they go, like, Mr. Goldie. I'm like, yeah. Like, did you just try to make a payment, like, try to charge something for $200 and some odd? I'm like, I'm in my car driving. I did no such thing. And like, I don't think I could ever order that much fast food. No. And he goes, okay, well, and where are you? I'm like, I'm in Yucaipa. I'm like, okay, so you're not in Orange County. No. And turns out what they did is they bought a $15 Verizon. He's like, did you buy a $15 Verizon prepaid card for the cell phone? And I'm like, I have AT&T, and I already paid that bill. So, no. And they tried to take out like $200 and some odd bucks out of my account.
Yeah.
And I just started laughing as I'm driving down my street, and he goes, why are you laughing, sir? I go, because I have $80. Joke's on them.
and then the person on the other end of the line started laughing, and he said, why are you laughing? He said, no, you don't.
You have 12. Yeah. No, he actually said, he's like, I can't see your account. I just know what you've done. I don't know how much money you have. And I said, well, I can tell you exactly how much money I have. I don't have it. So I thought that was hilarious, but exactly the same way. I got my new card and I got it really fast, but I had to redo everything. And so, but I decided to go about it this way, which way? When it stops working is when I'll add it back on. Because if I don't remember,
I got you. Yeah.
So like when Netflix would stop working, and I'd get the email, I'd be like, "Fuck, I forgot to add Netflix."
No, that was the thing too. Is like half of them were that day.
Oh,
I had a shitload of emails.
So you just like shit.
Yeah. Hey, we tried this and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And like Vudu, like we went to rent a movie on Vudu, and like, hey, that doesn't. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
And then I got to do that, and then I got to do. Oh yeah, might as well do this. Fucking.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of mumbling at the end there.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Cash, and you're right. They're fucking douchebags. Yeah. Like, seriously, go get a goddamn job. Yeah. Like, I know that there's not a ton of jobs out there, but they're out there if you can get a job.
So, yeah, you steal from corporations. You want to go down to Target, get you a shirt, something. I don't care. Well, I'm not advocating it. I just don't care.
But
don't take what somebody else's.
And I didn't mean to imply that the average Fontanan is a petty thief.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I
will own that. I will own that. And if I've ever in Fontucky, my car is a giant truck.
Everybody but Matt Marcy. He's a good Fontana.
See, that's why I didn't want to say everybody.
Yeah.
No,
not
he's
everyone.
not the average Fontana.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Especially because you'll be hearing that name in about 5 years, I'm sure. Within 5 years,
whoa, hold on, Cash. Already heard it.
He's already.
I'm just kidding. I know exactly what you mean.
That's actually given that this podcast comes out in the next 5 years.
Yeah, we don't know. All right. So we're gonna move on to let's go catastrophes.
Oh, we're going straight into that. Okay.
Let's go to catastrophes. For those of you who don't know, catastrophes is where we talk about shit Cash has done, where he's almost killed himself and or other things. But right now we're counting down the top 5 most fun death times for you.
Interesting.
I think it's top 5 most interesting ways I almost died.
There we go.
So almost like a Darwin Awards of sorts.
Almost.
Exactly. And we're going from least to most interesting.
Yes. So last
We're
week,
are we at the?
We're at number 2.
Okay, we're at number 2.
No, well, this would be number 4. This is number 4.
Sorry, number 4.
Last week was number 5, which is where Cash almost died by fireball.
The fireball.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard all of these.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna hear him again. 4 is.
4 is the time I almost slid off of a mountain road that had been washed away and undermined, and had I actually descended and slid off where I was, it was a few hundred feet to the road remains.
Cash,
the broken asphalt and concrete and huge rocks that were.
You wouldn't be here telling this story today.
Right. I would have almost died.
Should you? Yes.
Was this that
bit.
summer when you had the purple truck at RTF?
I think it might have been
where you were tired coming home.
No. That's coming up.
Yeah, that one's number 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is number 2.
What's? Oh yeah, number 1's. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So, but anyway,
4.
But as far as number 4, so
hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
And did you get the
number 4? Time Cash almost died.
Cash.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
Savior of the universe.
So as we discussed before, I work road construction, and this was a time when there's a series of there's a mountain range that has a series of towns, being Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear. They're all connected through a series of roads that head up the mountain. One of which we had. So it rains in California as much as a lot of parts, but we get all our yearly rain in like 3 days sometimes.
Yeah.
And because of that, every year the mountains flood. There's like huge mudslides, and it's a catastrophe.
Not to be confused with catastrophe.
Not yet.
Yes.
But we were this one particular instance. There was one road that leads very close to Lake Arrowhead, and the mudslides had caused the road to basically go away.
Now, that was the one where there was a good 300 feet where the road just disappeared, right?
Yeah. So as you would, what it would look like is as you would come up to it, and the road is very much on the just at the side of the mountain, carved into the mountain, and this is on the the inside of a turn. So as a mountain has little coves that go in and out.
The switchback, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. So you would be on the inside of it, and a lot of times a road is designed to have what is called a super, where the road actually tilts, so that when you're going around and when the water runs, it'll run to the to the outside and not against the mountain where it would road from that way, right? So you would come up to it, and it would be 2 lanes at this point with emergency lanes on the side, and all of a sudden it would look like somebody took a huge bite out of the whole thing. Right. So your lane would end, and most of the lane next to it So
yeah, a lot. I remember seeing the pictures. It was crazy.
Yeah, and so
sounds like the death road in South America.
So what we were doing is while we worked on it, in case somebody did come up, like, and us too, to keep us safe, we put what's called K-rail, and everybody's seen it. If you've driven on a freeway that's being worked on, there's a 4-foot white concrete wall.
Those are K-rails.
That's called a K-rail.
Gotcha. The thing that if you're running out of control in the number 1 lane, fast lane, you throw your car into.
Yeah.
The last thing you'll see when you make that drive.
I don't know if I would do that necessarily.
Well, it's better than hitting the guy next to you.
I guess.
We were racing for pinks. I'm not going to let that punk win.
So I have this big loader coming over, which is just a big car with a scoop bucket on the front, and he's bringing these over, and we set them in place, and there's a pin that can lock them in, and so they're going against the edge, and while he's gone getting another one, I have nothing to do, and there's like a lot of loose sand, so I'm sweeping it, like off, and I'm staying towards the top.
Are you kicking it every once in a while like a little kid, just bored?
No, not really.
Oh, never been fun to watch. It's kicking the dirt.
When all of a sudden I kind of stepped wrong and into like kind of part of the stuff I just swept to where it was sand, but like sand on top of sand. That was on top of a little more sand. So I slipped and went to my back. But when I did, I landed in such a way it just kind of started propelling me towards this edge.
All the sand slid out from under you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it made it to where my trajectory was perfect, that I would it caused momentum. So like instantly I flipped over onto my stomach, and as I'm going towards the edge, which is seriously probably a good 300 feet, if not more.
Wait, I've seen this in a movie before. Every movie where someone's falling out of a building and they're doing that. Like pat in the ground.
See, I was thinking more like of Cool Runnings.
Yeah, and
it's not that cool.
I tried that. I like slapped my hand against the ground, and it was slowing me down, but I was still going.
And fucking up your hands.
And no, I literally put my like fingernails into
God.
and like
it's now
and, like,
a horror
I stopped
movie.
myself, and it was like by the time I stopped myself, like in about mid thigh, so halfway between my knees and like my upper.
Did you pull an Indy?
My waist was like I stopped like right there, and yeah, like below me was like just asphalt and concrete. And once I stopped, I like, frog called like over like up out of danger, and then quickly over to the left where I'd already swept it, and it was like no sand, nothing, and got up, and I didn't sweep another thing for the rest of the day.
You're like, fuck this shit.
As soon as I hooked up the K-rail, I stayed on that side of the K-rail. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here, and but yeah, that was time too. So
wow.
And the next three are all pretty
catastrophe
interesting.
number 4.
Yeah, I don't have a thing for it, but as we do in this one, Cash.
Live long and prosper.
I thank you.
Because we need more bits from you.
Live
all right. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never had. That's pretty much an action movie set piece right there.
Yeah.
The falling off an edge and then doing the whole like digging. I mean, Indy did it. Indy did it.
Yeah.
One road.
Yeah.
One road.
One broom.
Wow. All right. That was cool. I'm glad you're alive. It wasn't cool.
It made for a good story.
Yes.
Right.
It was like the old man in the sea.
Yes. Only no sea and just a man.
Yeah.
And a mountain. And some dirt. All right. So we're going to move on to movies.
Movies.
Kind of television.
All right.
Yeah.
Big screen, little screen.
Yep.
Big screen, little screen.
I'm going to remind everyone you should be watching House of Cards, or you should watch House of Cards. It's all out there. It's 13 episodes. Fucking fantastic.
HOC, baby.
House of Cards, really great. I want to talk really quick about The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Cash, you haven't watched Walking Dead yet?
No.
James.
Not in a couple
You know what?
seasons.
I've seen a couple episodes, and I'm interested to get into it. At this point, I'm not far along enough that anything you say is going to spoil it for me once I eventually get into all the. So
well, I'll try this. Joe, right? Yeah. Right?
No, you can say whatever you
Fucking
want.
crazy, right?
Oh man!
When that happened with that person,
You know what?
The thing.
No, I've
Actually,
had conversations
James,
with people about television shows like this, so I totally get it.
Actually, James, by the time this comes out, you could catch up on all of them.
Oh.
yeah. I love
Zing.
Are you feeling the needle?
I think
getting a little bit of the needle.
Get caught up all this week.
and then
not, no.
and then Cash is not going to be able to make these jokes anymore.
I liked the last one. He was like, "Oh, the great big catch-up show extravaganza."
2 episodes.
Here's one. No, it wasn't even 2.
It was 3, technically, sort of. It was 2 and 3.
Oh, was it?
Well, I mean, okay, so basically the first one, I'm not sure if I actually ever promoted, so I went ahead and promoted, and then I uploaded 2 more.
Oh, okay.
Oh God!
Because I thought I was listening to
Son of a bitch.
6.
Sorry, I'm getting a fucking cramp in my fucking top of my calf. That hasn't happened in years.
Chris is trying to play footsie with me.
Only because I want you, Cash. So Walking Dead. Really, really good.
Yeah.
This episode, almost redeeming it for me. The last few episodes.
Yeah. I really liked last week's episode.
Oh yeah, no, last week's episode was really great. This one was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So do you watch The Talking Dead?
No, I don't watch it.
I saw like when they had
All
Kevin
right.
Smith on it
You
a
don't
couple
have to be
weeks
so
ago.
negative and shit.
I really don't like the host.
Chris Hardwick, he's cool.
From Singled Out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yes.
And the Nerdist. He has a
Oh
show
yeah,
called
that's
The
him, right?
Yeah.
Well, I it's just that he really got made the wrong impression with me because earlier this season and maybe last season too, he would come up at like right as soon as Walking Dead went to a commercial, he would come up and he would just say something really kind of like inappropriate to the mood of what just happened in the show.
It's a commercial, Joe.
Yeah, but it just kind of like, you know, you were just like going, wow, that crazy shit just happened. And then he's like going, wow, wasn't that some crazy shit? What if something like this happened? I don't know.
Kind of ruined the moment for you?
Yeah, he ruined the moment for you.
Really?
This is why
you
fast
just said,
forward.
wow, that's some crazy shit. And then he came on and said, wow, wasn't that some crazy shit?
It wasn't. It's a matter of tone.
I think.
You think he's not letting you kind of soak it in enough?
No, he's not letting you soak it in.
Because you're just thinking
and
that
generally,
to yourself.
generally
You're
he
like,
like
whoa,
made.
and-
Yeah, like generally he made some sort of joke of the situation, and yeah.
So you're like that old Casey.
He doesn't
Kasem,
appreciate the gravity of the viewer situation.
The soundbite, the old Casey Kasem soundbite.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You can't come out of an up-tempo song, talk about a fucking dead dog. Fucking read these people.
Yeah. I want to let you know, Joe, that he has the ability to
heal
watch
people?
to watch the entire season 3. He chooses not to. He watches it before the show. Before the tape.
Kevin Smith?
No.
Oh, the other
Chris
guy.
Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick.
Oh.
He has the entire season that they gave it to him, like, you can watch it all. So you know what the hell. And he goes like, you know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it with everyone else.
That's.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's pretty. That's
I don't know.
that's impressive, asshole.
I don't think so.
I heard he does it because he wants to watch it as though the fans did and like anticipate for the next week and be and it just happened, him watch it and then go talk about it talk about it like he just watched it.
Yeah. So there.
I don't know.
I don't think we changed Joe's mind.
On the scale of like cool things that like hosts have done, that doesn't rank high at all.
I'm just saying is he has the ability to watch the entire season.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it to stay so not to spoil anything for fans. So if you hear him say anything and it comes true, that's just him with dumb luck. or what he thinks. He hasn't actually seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't think Joe's listening to
No,
anything.
not anything.
No.
Yeah. All right, Joe, you saw The Great and Powerful Oz, that
whatever it's
movie.
called.
Is it Oz the Great and Powerful? Or the
I
Great
don't
and
know.
Powerful Oz?
It's something across those lines.
I don't care.
This is that.
Nobody says the full title of a movie. When they go buy the tickets anyway, nobody's gonna be like, "I'd like a ticket to see Oz, the Great and Powerful, left-handed. He likes to wear blue shirt." Like if that
Exactly.
was nobody says that.
Right.
Give me a ticket to Oz.
Well, I mean,
Remember, this is the.
But Joe saw it.
This is the movie from that old prison TV show on HBO.
yes,
Is it?
no,
Oh.
maybe.
That
I mean,
that prison show was Oz.
was Oz,
right?
it
yeah,
was
right.
Oz, yeah.
Nothing to do with it.
No.
No.
I don't think so anyway.
Unless the monkeys take it in the butt.
No, it's
wouldn't
basically
The monkeys, right?
I heard monkeys were always more into Oro when they go that way.
Really?
That's what I
Didn't
heard.
know that.
Not
basically
that there's anything wrong.
Hey,
with
in
that.
prison, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep. Swallow.
Fair
That's all I gotta say. All right.
Everybody's a bitch behind bars, right?
All right. I'll ask Joe.
Okay, so Oz movie. Basically, it's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, following how the wizard got to Oz. Overall, it's. I think that if you end up seeing it, you won't do wrong. It's enjoyable.
And why are they allowed to do that? Like, in case our listeners don't know, your listeners don't know,
They allowed to.
Why
watch
are
it?
they making the movie? Like, because it's public domain.
Yeah, it's public domain helps. It helps.
A lot of people don't know
Well,
that.
I guess there's in 1900 was when The Wizard of Oz the book came out, the original one, and there is a total of 14 books. So there's TikTok of Oz, the Patchwork Gill of Oz, the Emerald City of Oz.
Are you really going to list all 14?
The Road to Oz,
Okay.
Magic of Oz.
Oz Shrimp.
Wait, the magic vase?
Yes, the Tin Man of Oz.
It just set the tone for the room, right? Really tied the room together.
Yeah. So
That's the magic of
there's a lot of Oz books, and I didn't know that.
And there's also non-canonical Oz books too.
Oh,
What the
non-canonical?
What the fuck is that word?
Apocryphal books of Oz.
Like, like I looked it up on Wikipedia, and like there's books that, like Wicked, for example, is not part of the main canon of Oz.
No.
But
There's also a whole...
They found the story in an abandoned beehive.
There's
somewhere
also
in
a whole...
Kansas.
there's the Hatter series. There's like a comic book, but it's also like an actual like book where like the Mad Hatter is like the main... like the sergeant at arms, so to speak.
Of Oz?
well,
yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm like,
I tend to
slipped,
do
didn't
that
you?
Too, yeah.
Yeah. Whoo.
Ozzy in Wonderland.
The setups are so similar. Like a girl goes off to mystical land that
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry
could have
about
been
that.
just a dream.
Yeah, very, very different though, because obviously she was doing drugs. I've read both. What is it called?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and I love those books, but they are ridiculous.
Anyways, one thing that I do want to say about the new Oz movie, like one cool thing I thought was that at the beginning of the movie, it was all in black and white, which I mean is to be expected because it was based off of Wizard of Oz. But what was actually kind of cooler was that it was in 4:3 at the beginning of the movie, and then it went into widescreen.
You know the real reason why they did that, right? It had nothing to do with the book.
Yeah, because they wanted to
Well,
Well, it was 1939 and color had just been invented.
Yeah. So they wanted to make it really impressive,
Right,
Because if they had just come out in color, everyone would be like, "Oh, that's cool." But going from black and white to color,
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that like because of the color thing and because they were going to do it that way? That's why they had the ruby slippers.
that would not surprise me. Yeah,
was because they wanted something that
very
but
colorful.
it would really pop off.
Caught the
Well,
eye.
and the reason why Wizard of Oz looks the way it does is because they did it in Technicolor, where it's three different color strips of film that was recorded. So that's the main primary colors which come together now, which is why it looks the way it does. Which is, by the way, gorgeous.
And then all the Munchkins were fucking each other in the bushes during like the off time.
Oh, dude, it was a little person's orgy.
Yeah.
act.
it was.
Didn't the last Munchkin just die?
Yes, there are no more.
Yeah.
No more.
Right.
Yeah.
The last
Crazy.
Munchkins. Yeah. I mean,
Respect.
I like James Franco. He was good.
He plays Oz?
He plays Oz, yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that you didn't particularly like in
the women? Joe's not into women.
No, I can't think of anything I didn't really particularly like. I mean, it didn't like wow me as like, oh yeah, this is now my favorite movie or anything like that. But I was like, yeah. Okay.
Keep in mind, people, he didn't have to pay for the ticket.
That's true. I didn't have to pay for the ticket.
So he is tainted in that way.
Yeah, but that's too. I mean, if he didn't enjoy it, even if he didn't pay for the ticket, that's time he's never going to get back. So even
yeah, but think about it. If someone pays for your ticket, you're not as invested. I just don't care about the movie, so I just try.
I mean, if I'm going to take the time to do something, even if I didn't pay for the ticket, I'm still like, okay, okay. I'm obviously here because you made the movie, right? Yeah.
I'll be in the lobby.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't really looking forward to going out that night.
But see, somebody may not be looking forward to it.
Because it's a
crapshoot, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You never know what somebody's going to think. Sorry, Joe.
It's cool. Basically, I just gotten home from doing something here at Crafton. I don't remember what it was now, and I was just like looking forward to just spending the rest of my Friday relaxing. And like, I get a text from Autumn saying like, "Hey, my parents and my sister want us to go out to dinner with them and see a movie," and I was like, I don't want to do
when
that.
You read her text, that's what the voice sounds like?
Yes.
You
should hear it all the time. Whenever I'm around him, it's always that voice.
Hey.
So, Arrested Development.
Yes.
Arrested Development is coming back soon on Hulu.
Yes, and I am super excited for it. It's
James, get a little closer to that mic.
Okay. I am super excited for the new episodes of Arrested Development, and I don't know if this is true or not. But
yes, it is.
Like, hey, if you think it, man, it must be, right? But, okay, I guess what that's a preamble to is I saw a list online of the episode titles, and they're all like...
Really?
They're all titled after individual characters, almost like books of the Bible or like chapters from like the Brothers.
So there's a Job?
There's a... Some of them only have single episodes named after them. Like, I think there's only one Lucille.
Okay.
There's like two Michaels. There's two Georges, I think. And I think it's...
Well, isn't it coming out like next month?
It's supposed to be coming out next month, yeah. Soon, real soon on Netflix.
And it's and I think we talked about this on one of them, but it's like a season leading into a movie.
That's one thing I've heard. I don't know.
I don't know that anymore. I know that they added they shot what they had written, which they thought was enough, and then they decided to do a few more. And I don't know if those few more episodes are the movie or if
no. This is what I've heard is that that the episodes, if there is a movie, the episodes are not the movie. The episodes would be something separate from the movie as far as whatever you would see, like on Netflix or in the movie theater. But and one thing too, they're like, hey, whoa, people, enjoy the episodes first before we even talk about a movie. Like, and I know that there is a fervor about it. And if there's a movie, great. But I try not to put too much gravity on the rumors until
Yeah.
The thing that I had heard when I did hear about the movie, was that the season that they were going to be putting out would like kind of catch you up to what's been going on in the off time, like since they stopped, and then get it prepared to jump into.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard too. It's just I just wanted to kind of put the kibosh on any. I didn't want anybody to think that we were like Arrested Development conspiracy theorists.
Oh no. Just what I had heard was that they'd shot the episodes they'd done, and they felt like there was still some more story to tell. And what I'm saying is, I wasn't sure whether or not that extra story they were telling was the movie, or was just extra episodes that they added that they then shot. And I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure either. And this is I'm talking like I know, like I'm like the authority. But from what I've heard is the episodes are going to lead up to the movie, if there is a movie. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a movie.
I think because Netflix is doing it.
They better do a movie.
They got to do a movie. I mean, you got to do a movie.
So let me take things a little bit more real for a second.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you, Joe. I want flying monkeys and women with 3 breasts and
Total Recall and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, but how
Okay.
we are going to take things more real?
Yeah,
so,
sorry.
does anybody have any sort of concerns that it might not live up?
To the movie or
No,
the series?
This fourth season.
Joe, always. I always do. But I
I mean, it was
right
amazing.
now my expectations are still stronger than any reservations I have, of course, because I need to see it. But I'm not.
I will say
I
this.
hope these guys don't disappoint.
For me,
like other people have done in that kind of situation.
And this is just for me. Jason Bateman, David Cross, and Michael Cerna. I will put blind faith in those three.
Are they your 3 kings?
Well, they are. I mean, as far as this show,
Right.
And the show is Jesus?
Yeah, if the show is the Bible, those are my 3 wise men. Okay.
Oh yeah, 3 wise men, not kings.
Well, it's
wait,
like
they were kings, weren't they?
It depends who you ask.
It's
You know what? They're the trifecta, the Trinity.
They're like the 27
You know what I mean?
Yankees. It's like the greatest team that ever was and ever.
You know what?
It's probably a little bit of hyperbole, but I can see from watching it. What I see is just such great interaction and such a great ensemble work, and you can tell that it's fun to be on that show.
Right.
And I hope the smarts that they write with and the I guess the appeal of it carries over into this new season. Like I hope
Right.
That's
Yeah.
my nice way of saying I hope they don't fuck it up.
I mean, I do
I don't
feel
expect them to, but
I do have the impression that they have a really good chance of doing well, but like at the same time, like
gotta be realistic.
I know, and like the original series did so well. I mean,
all right, but here, Joe. Here's the thing. When the same thing happened to Futurama, did you not? Now, I mean, Futurama is still going on, but that first season back, and there's still some really great episodes, even many seasons later. That first season back, I felt was really great. So I think it can be done. And here's the thing. Yeah, I really have to ask at the end of the day is: would you rather them not try?
You probably rather them try.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the right answer, Joe. You don't have to be so hesitant. That's the right. That's what you should say.
Although,
because it doesn't, whatever they do now is not going to ruin the fact that we have the original.
Yeah.
We can just ignore that later on, like Episode 1 from Star Wars.
Oh, let's not.
You don't have to ignore Episode 1 if you don't want to. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you like Episode 1, you can have it.
Maybe no. I'm saying maybe Joe's. Maybe
that message meant for no one.
Yeah, Joe. Just if you still got issues with Episode 1, it's okay.
I don't.
I know.
If you like, if
he's so
Episode
traumatized
1,
by Episode 1 that he can't believe in
in the
sequel.
Well, speaking, since we just talked about Star Wars, supposedly Lucas had already signed on Carrie Fisher,
Harrison Ford,
and Mark Hamill to do sequels already. So he had to call them, and when he's saying, he's like, "Hey, I'm selling it for a buttload of cash, and you may or may not still be in it."
I think I take offense to that.
What?
A buttload of cash.
Oh, sorry, cash.
It's okay.
I meant the other kind of cash. How about a buttload of greenbacks?
Okay.
That better?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah,
now
what do you mean, you people?
It's one of my favorite parts of what's it? Tropic Thunder.
You just gave our position away to the Viet Congs. It's Viet Cong. It's already pluralized. You wouldn't say Chineses.
I loved his. Who was that actor? Because I loved his character. And Robert Downey Jr. was just so retardedly stupid.
Yeah.
You went full retard. You never go full
That wasn't Bow Wow, was it? That wasn't Little Bow Wow.
No, I don't.
They'll become.
It's just really great. What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Yeah. All right. So 3D.
Public breaks, boy.
Right.
3D.
I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker. Sorry, that's the last one.
All right. 3D. What do we think of 3D? Now, James, you said that you haven't watched a lot of 3D.
No, I haven't seen any movies in 3D. I'm against the idea of shelling out extra money
Right.
for what I see as a gimmick.
I concur.
And because I mean, for me, it's a pleasant enough experience to go sit in the dark with my popcorn and
the hole in the popcorn bottom in case there's a chick that wants some popcorn.
And the people talking too loud already. You know, I already have enough to enhance my experience. I don't need 3D fucking it up.
For me,
it just seems like it's not like I can imagine it kind of takes away a little bit of my imagination. Like, you know, I can, because you know, like I don't know if you've ever been to like a museum and seen a painting and like kind of like sat at it for a little bit and like imagine like you were in it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need it coming at me. I can go to it. You know what I mean? Like I can project myself into it.
Right.
I don't need it coming at me. But I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think I will ever go. I'm not interested. 3D? No, thank you.
I have to say, okay, first of all, my favorite movies to see at a theater are, you know, things with visuals and action and a lot of shit going on or a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
And a component of that is I also like to sit as far back as possible so that I can see the entire screen. I also like mostly I don't want to have to look through something else. Like even though they're fairly comfortable, you know, and I don't really care how good it looks. At the end of the day, for me, I don't want to have another piece of equipment. Especially, if I'm going to pay another $3 for it.
It's not $3. It's more like $5 to $6.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and when you're already charging me fucking over $10 to even get in the door, like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
There's that. Also, I tend to my back seems to flare up right before movies, so I have to medicate. And because of that,
hold on, we're just skipping right over that. I love that you get so anxious before movies that your back tightens up so bad you must medicate.
It knows it's going to be sitting, so I want to relax those muscles.
Yeah.
So that they're at their most. But a side effect of my medication, one of the side effects, is
visual enhancement.
It's dry, itchy eyes that are.
I love how we're just saying everything but what it is.
not as open as they would be with before my medication. So having another layer of plastic between me and the screen is also not ideal with those conditions and side effects going on.
Do you feel like you just got your eyes checked?
Yeah, sometimes.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Party foul.
That was me.
Nice
It was
shooting,
my backpack.
Tex.
My backpack. It's okay.
Backpack.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
all good.
My general take on 3D is that I still have not felt that it's really added anything except more to the price.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it doesn't really feel 3D to me. Like it. I mean, you can sense depth, but at the same time, there's a sort of like eye adjustment thing that's going on.
Oh, okay. So
comic books.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that real quick. So with Wizard of Oz, whatever the fuck this movie is that just came out that has Oz in the title,
Oz Begins.
They actually did the 3D differently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did it because that's part of the problem. The way you're literally doing is making your brain work twice as hard because you're throwing two images at it, one in each eye, which is why you're faking your brain out to thinking it's 3D, and why a lot of people get headaches. Which is why I actually think the 3DS.
I was very grateful
works.
to not have a headache at the end of Oz.
Yeah, but what I was going to say, what they did it differently.
How did they do it differently?
I don't remember, but they did it differently.
I didn't really visually notice a difference.
That's what I'm trying to say, is that they did stuff differently in the way they recorded and then the way they projected it, so that kind of fatigue on your brain and eyes wouldn't happen. So the fact that you didn't have that I guess says that they did it right.
I guess. Although
for you.
the only thing that has given me a headache so far with 3D, and I don't experience
is the glasses.
3D. No, and I don't experience 3 all that often. But the only thing that has given me a headache is the 3DS.
God, that fucking thing. Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say something on the point before. To me, it seems like, because I have caught a couple movies in 3D, and maybe they just don't want to be gimmicky, but nothing comes out anymore. Like 3D used to be fun.
I want stuff to come out.
Yes, 3D used to be fun because they'd poke something at you, and before, when they did it with the red and blue, in just those colors, they could make it seem like something was like right in front of you, right? But now it does. I mean, I can see the depth, especially with I saw the Alice in Wonderland.
Did you see Life of Pi?
Tim Burton's, no. But like in that one, when she first finds the rabbit hole, I remember that, and the house is way in the background, and there's the grounds between the house and her, and everything looks really layered and really clean, and then stuff starts moving, and it's a little less like when it's a still picture. And you can take it all in and kind of look around, like, oh yeah, that's great. But as soon as things are like moving and there's like a lot of action, like those layers get blurred by the movements anyway. So yeah, you're paying for something that is not giving you an advancement that is worth what you're paying for.
Yeah. Like so far the top, and it's a really low bar here, but the top 3D moment that I remember off the top of my head is during Avatar, towards the beginning, there was this shot where it was like looking down this corridor in the spaceship, and like I was like, oh wow, that looks actually kind of neat. Maybe there is something to it. And then I watched the rest of the movie and I was like, Pocahontas in space. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. The thing is, everyone always forgets also is the fact that 3D adds it makes it darker because you're adding another piece of glass that's usually tinted in some way. So the whole film becomes darker. To give you an idea, James, like how I feel about it, Joe and I both watched, I believe Autumn was there too. That's Joe's girlfriend. We watched Tron Legacy.
Hi, Autumn.
Okay.
That was actually perhaps the best idea behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, the problem is, like, especially for me who wears glasses, I now have to wear two glasses on my head.
I hate that.
Which is annoying.
And my vision has gotten to the point now where if I sit real far back, I'm going to need to wear my glasses. And
Yeah.
I already have a visual enhancement aid of my own. I don't need to buy theirs.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, like, I could take it or leave it. Like, if I don't pay any more for it, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, all right, whatever. I mean, at one point when we were watching Tron Legacy, Joe just took them off. Yeah. Just like, whatever. Because we were watching in a way that you could still see it without a problem. Mm-hmm. So,
and I'm sure I would get a headache anyway. I just know I would.
You know what it is? I don't get headaches, but my eyes start doing this really, really weird, almost, the best way I can describe it is itching.
Yeah, it's like when you used to stare at those pictures to see the 3D image pop out.
I never could do it. I did it like once, and I never could do it again.
I've never done it.
Really?
Never been able to do
You've
that.
never seen the boat?
Yeah, I'm just always like...
It's a boat.
And I always just go, oh, well, if it's a boat, I've seen a boat.
Yeah. And it's not even a good boat. It's just like...
Yeah.
So see, this is like the first time I've even brought... Well, of course, it's been like years since they were making those pictures, but... There's always one guy, oh no, you just, like, you just got to do this.
You just got to cross your eyes.
I've listened to every fucking person that said, do it this way, do it that way.
And I've given myself headaches.
And guess what? You know what? It ain't worth it to me to see the damn.
I don't need to see.
It really kind of looking like was just like a sort of silhouette cutout of it is just like popping out in front of it. Like the object itself, you can't really tell if it's 3D. At least for me, that's
it was either popping in or out, and that's all it really was.
Popping in, popping out.
So none of us are really sold on 3D.
No.
And we could take it or leave it.
I wouldn't even take it.
You're like, fuck this
but
shit.
If it's a take it or leave it, but they're charging you $3, leave it.
We don't want any.
No, meaning like if they give it for free.
I'll see it for free.
Oh, if they give it for free, fucking I'll do it.
Yeah.
Although,
hey man, fucking free is free, man.
Even then, like if it was always free, like
even
like
then.
if it cost if 3D cost the same as 2D, I still probably would not.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
probably
want to do it either. You know, like I said.
I mean, there would probably be like a couple of movies that I'd be interested to see then. 3D.
Okay, to the extent, like you said if it was free that I would go yes. But if it was free and I was given the option, I would still go 2D for free.
If it was Lincoln and they were offering it to me for free in 3D, I would just go see it in 2D.
Yeah.
If it was Wreck-It Ralph, they were offering to me for free in 3D, that I would see in 3D.
Yeah.
Have some candy.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
It was really good.
It almost made me cry in the one part where he has to destroy her car.
Yeah, I can't watch it because it's been in our house. Like we saw it in the theater, and then it's been in our house since it came out.
Right.
And makes you cry, right?
I had to leave
so
the
hard
room the first couple times.
It's so hard. It's so hard not to cry in that. Yeah. It's just so sad. And then later,
I have to see this movie now.
And
there's
do you not want
video game references?
Do you not
old
want
video game?
Yeah,
my favorite part was in the beginning when like he said, "Okay, the arcade's closed," and the two Street Fighter guys like, "Okay, hey, you want to go over to Tapper?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like my jaw dropped. What?
Yeah.
The fucking bar is Tapper. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit, son.
Although I don't. You
don't know Tapper?
Reference.
It was a bar.
Yeah,
game.
It was a video. It was a video game where like you basically had bar stool or like a
bar
bench.
which is why he kept throwing the
and that was the game. It was like you go up to the table and there'd be like 3 people at this one, 4 people at this one, and you'd have to like feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to the next 1, 2, and like they fill them anyway. Much like the game they played in it.
That movie was done fantastically.
Yeah. It was very much really like a love letter to video games.
Yeah, definitely. And I want that card game.
Sealed with a kiss.
Right?
Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush. Don't you want Sugar Rush? I honestly think if they made that game and did it right, following the movie and then maybe adding a few other things, I think that could be something like nowadays that people would play instead of Mario. Like, why would you ever play Mario Kart if you have Sugar Rush?
Right. Well, there has to be like, I'm sure with every movie, especially Disney, that comes out, there's always a video game attached to it. So I'm sure in the Wreck-It Ralph video game, there's probably a version of that.
I want
Sugar Rush side mission or something.
I want a full version of Sugar Rush though.
Right. Yeah. All they did
Goldie, they'll get right on it. Fuck, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying. Wouldn't you play it? I'd play it.
I'd play it. I'd play the
I don't think that's a question. I think everybody would play it.
We actually have our favorite racers. Like my daughter's is the candle bitch. The one like she lights up the cherry bombs on the cake as they're going up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Candy's car, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I like him, or I think it's Taffeta that has like the dice, like her wheels are dice.
It's been I haven't got to watch it that often as you, so I haven't seen it all.
Right.
Well, because you have 11-year-old.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's the reason.
Yeah. I only have a 5-year-old nephew in my house, and he's watching a lot of Lego stuff. So.
Batman Lego.
No, they're the Ninjagos or whatever.
Oh
yeah, Ninjago.
Heard of that.
Are we on games yet?
Oh, we're not doing games. We're done.
Okay.
Oh, we're done.
So,
wait.
Do we need to tie it up? Do we need to
put a
little bow on the?
One last thing I want to say. Okay, we're not talking about games, but because I mentioned it the very first time, Tomb Raider is out, so we will be getting that in here in a couple weeks and be able to fucking review that.
Nice.
Cool.
Anyway, sorry, but we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, James, for coming by. I'm
glad that we managed to figure out a way to fit everybody in.
Joe was freaking the fuck out.
I was like, what? 4 people? 4 people? I'm going to have 3 people on a camera?
Did he tell you, or when you came out to get change, did you just see James like...
He told me.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I came in and said, we need another... We're going to need another chair.
And I got to say, guys...
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Honestly, I parked and got out, and as soon as I stood up, I was like, I heard change in my pants.
Yes.
No fucking way.
I reached in my pants.
Guess how much?
45 cents.
Exactly.
What?
45 cents.
That's how much he so when Cash first arrived, he needed 45 more cents to
No, but here's the best part, Joe, is this is all I get a text of, I believe, was 45 cents.
I said I need 45 cents.
Oh, it would have been funnier if you just...
Yeah, I should have. I said 45 cents.
Give it now.
So I get a text that just says 45 cents, and I go like, who's got 45 cents? Because Cash needs 45 cents for the permit machine.
Literally, that's exactly what I had. I just totally forgot I had it in my pocket.
This is what self-medicating does, people. I'm joking.
His back was acting up. Yeah. He's got a prescription.
My back started acting up from the change in my pocket.
Yeah, he had kind of a curvature.
Yeah. So of course, you can email us here at cjlastresort@gmail.com. That again is cjlastresort@gmail.com. If you want to ask us questions, tell us things, give us money. If you say, hey, I want to donate money, you can let us know, and then we'll set something up.
So that our production rider is more than 45 cents?
Yes, yeah.
I say hour like I had more than the 45 cents.
Yeah, and what else? You can reach me at on Twitter at Chris Goldie. I'm also on Facebook, but if you request me, I probably won't.
And if you send in letters, you might just get it read on the air.
You might. Yeah, you very well might. Joe, where can they? Joe, where can they reach you?
They can find me on Twitter at Joe the Man Rossi.
Because he's, the man.
Yeah. Right.
And Cash, where can they reach you?
You can reach me on Twitter at CashTie007.
I started following you.
I am tweeting a little more.
No, you've tweeted jack shit.
No, I did.
Since the last time you were on a week ago.
I sent out one tweet since then.
Yeah.
Did you? What was the one tweet?
There was something to the effect of
Chris, go fuck yourself?
I said, listen, folks, life is short. Don't waste your time and talents on people that aren't appreciated.
Oh, you're right. I think I thought I saw that on Facebook.
And I said, because it was raining, I said that it reminded me of Portland and that I miss it sometimes.
I remember that. I remember that too. So
I am trying.
Okay, so maybe I missed it.
Were you referring to anybody in particular?
About
Portland, that is.
Oh
no! The other one.
Damn it! I was, but
wait!
I'm
whoa!
not going to discuss it.
Whoa! What?
Oh
no!
All right. As soon as the cameras are off,
all right, James.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine anybody would want to reach me, but
if they want to,
I suppose you could send me a message or friend request. I don't tweet. I don't twat or tweet. I'm sorry.
I do believe the past tense of tweet is twat. Right?
I
twat every now and then.
Yeah, I twat.
I have not twatted yet.
I did not twat today.
But you can reach me on Facebook if you really want to. I think it's james.murrow1 at facebook.com. I don't know if that means I'm the first James Murrow on Facebook.
I know I got Chris Goldie. The moment we were able to do Vanity ones, I grabbed that Chris Goldie.
Yeah,
and I'm friends with another Chris Goldie that's back east.
But I am friends. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with all three of these guys on Facebook. So if
worst comes worst, you can.
If you see me, you like what you're looking at.
I'm also on Facebook, and I probably will accept you.
Yeah.
Joe will.
It's a toss up.
Joe will not friend you because he's afraid of the rejection. But if you offer friendship, he will always accept it.
Yeah, probably just say that you've heard me on the show or something like that. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, why are you adding me?
Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it.
All right.
I always forget how I ended the show, so I think it's something along the lines of
goodbye, my Droovies.
I think we're done. We're done.
Yeah,
we're done.
You don't have a soundbite for the end?
I have nothing yet.
We're still smoothing out things.
I have this.
San Diego.
I have
Go
this.
fuck yourself.
Jack.
Fascinating.
These are the things I have.
Captain's log supplemental.
You should steal the Jacking It in San Diego from.
Oh yeah.
I added in music at the end. When
Very well then.
It should be something like dun 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 dun, and that's our show.
Show the savior of the universe. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.